So, Jorge, I really feel like we've been here before. Remind us why this topic is on the agenda again.
Indeed, we've been talking about talking with Russia for at least 1 year now. But something has changed now. It's not Vladimir Putin, it's more Volodymyr Zelensky, who is increasingly exasperated and frustrated with the White House diplomacy, which is now fully focused on the Middle East. Last week, Zelensky publicly called on the Europeans to have one common voice with talks with Russia. And he said we need to find a workable diplomatic format to make this happen. So now we have Zelensky's encouragement on the record. But despite this, member states remain very divided on whether we should talk with Russia or not to break this diplomatic isolation. We know that some member states, like France and Italy, want to have a seat at the table as soon as possible, while other member states like Germany, the Baltics, the Nordics, prefer to wait and approve new sanctions to weaken the Russian economy, and this could weaken Russia's negotiating hand. But the divisions, as I said, are intractable for the time being, and this became very clear yesterday at the meeting of foreign affairs ministers, and this is what Kaja Kallas, the High Representative, had to say at the end.
EU has always supported attempts to achieve a just and lasting peace. For Europe to take a more active role, we must agree amongst ourselves what we want to talk to Russia about and what are our red lines.
Kaja Kallas there. So what's next? Can Kaja Kallas there bridge the differences?
Can she do it? That's a good question. Look, for the past weeks, Kaja Kallas has been circulated a confidential document that includes concessions and demands that Russia should fulfill at the negotiating table. Of course, this document is going to be ignored by Russia, but it could help bring all the 27 member states together towards a common position to avoid this sort of cacophony that we have seen in the past, when member states go the wrong way. And this document will be discussed again later this month in Cyprus. So let's see if they find a final version of this document. However, there are two factors that are influencing the discussions very much. The first one is that Russia's position remains maximalist. It remains unchanged. So what is the point of speaking with Russia if Russia is going to tell you the same thing that's been saying for the past year? And the second one is that Russia continues to bombard Ukraine. Last week, it bombarded a kindergarten. So it shows the ruthlessness of this war of aggression. So nobody wants to send a special envoy to Moscow and then the next day see Moscow strike a hospital in Kyiv. This is something that would be humiliating for the Europeans. So the bottom line is here. Do the benefits of speaking with Russia outweigh the risks, or do the risks outweigh the benefits? And when the Europeans manage to answer this question, they will be able to take a step forward.
Well, they probably might need a little bit more time.
More time indeed, for
Jorge
sure.
Liboreiro, thank you so much for that very comprehensive update.